What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we talk about some new predictions put in for Michigan to potentially land a couple recruits, including a potential commitment coming tomorrow. Talk about that, plus a big injury update on Rod Moore, as it appears he may be ahead of schedule. Also talk about running backs coach Tony Alford, as he talked about taking the Michigan job and what he looks for in a running back. Also talk about other top recruiting targets, Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng and Taz Williams. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I did want to talk about is a couple of new predictions that were put in going in Michigan's favor yesterday, and including a new commit that could be coming tomorrow. As we talked about him in a video about 2 days ago, the 2025 4-star edge Julius Holly, he is set to announce tomorrow, June 29th, his decision between Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Georgia, and Michigan. And while there were no predictions put in while I made that video, I did say that we should, keep an eye on if any predictions do come in the next day or two leading up to his commitment date. And sure enough, yesterday Bryce Merritt of the Michigan Insider put in a crystal ball prediction for Michigan to land him, and they also picked up two more crystal ball predictions today for Michigan to land Julius Holly. He is ranked 300th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, comes from the state of Georgia. So Michigan potentially getting a commitment from Julius Holly tomorrow. So be on the lookout tomorrow for a commitment video if he does indeed commit to Michigan. Now Holly, he did officially visit all of his top 4 schools, including Michigan, on June 7th, and getting Holly would be a great addition on the defensive line for the 2025 class, as Michigan obviously already has the top 100 defensive lineman Nathaniel Marshall, the 4-star Jalen Williams, and 4-star Bobby Conka. So Michigan trying to add one more very talented defensive lineman in the 2025 class out of Julius Holly. And of course they are going after others, but at Michigan they also got a crystal ball prediction from Sam Webb to land the 4-star top 100 receiver Andrew Marsh, which Michigan has already had 2 on 3 predictions from Steve Wiltfong and E.G. Holland. So that just adds to the predictions for Andrew Marsh, which is some big news there. Michigan, they already landed the taller receiver out of Jacob Washington. They're also going after Philip Wright, which they lead with right now, and Taz Williams. And real quick here, do want to give an update on the 2025 4-star safety Jadon Blair. He is set to announce July 5th, and it seems that Notre Dame most likely going to get a commitment from him, as there is now 5 crystal ball predictions going in Notre Dame's favor. Michigan was considered a top school in that recruitment. And as far as the 4-star running back Jordan Davison, he is set to announce his decision today, which by the time this video is out, he will probably already have made his decision, and I'm expecting him to go to Oregon, which obviously makes sense because, Michigan, Ohio State both already have 2 running backs in the 2025 class. That's a little recruiting update on some predictions and potential commit coming tomorrow for Michigan, as they are staying hot on the recruiting trail. I'm going to talk about a couple other recruits later in the video, but first I did want to give an update on Rod Moore's injury, as obviously he did suffer a major knee injury, including a torn ACL in a non-contact drill early this spring. He did get surgery right away, and it appears, according to Chris Ballas of the Wolverines, that he is way ahead of schedule and that the safety potentially could be back for the Ohio State game in late November. Even Rod Moore did say that that was his expectation for himself. So pretty interesting there. Obviously we have to wait and see if it does happen. It's a long time from now, but it appears he is ahead of schedule. But obviously, he's got to be ready to go and play. But if he is, ready to suit up against Ohio State, even if he, really can't play as much, that would be pretty amazing and very special. But I think the main thing for Michigan would just to be, making sure he's healthy and getting him back for the playoffs. But obviously we do have to wait and see how the season goes. That Ohio State game may be a game Michigan has to win to get into the playoffs. But again, we have to wait and see. I do think even with 2 losses, maybe even 3 would be pushing it, but with 2 losses, Michigan for sure would get in the playoffs with their loaded schedule that they have. Let me know what you guys think about that. And then I also wanted to talk about Michigan running backs coach Tony Alford, as he was on the John McAllister Report podcast, and he discussed leaving Ohio State to go to Michigan. And I said 2 things. One, I'm deeply indebted to Ohio State and the Ohio State community. Without that opportunity, the 9 years I spent there, I wouldn't have the opportunity to have gone to Michigan. I'd say as far as the job went, it was just time. So I don't think it was any one party saying screw you. It was never any of that. I just think for both parties, I think we both knew it. It was just time. And I did say that I can tell you I'm as happy as I've been in a long time as far as my coaching profession. I'm really in a good place. Sharon Moore and that staff have been nothing but open arms and kind and great to me. Really good people, unbelievable people, and I'm grateful for them for embracing me from a rival in the way that they have. They talk about, wanting tough and productive running backs. He said I would echo those things. I think you got to find guys that are tough guys. I don't mean it tough like fighting tough like that, but I'm talking guys that have a tough mindset, that every play's not going to be a pop. There are some plays you got to take a dirty 2 or 3 yards. He said I want guys that are reliable, and a lot of that is being able to be available on the field, injury free. There's a mindset with that. I also talked about recruiting players. He said every day you have to be very intentional and purposeful about how you are building your name, your brand. What you put on social media matters, so we have to know who they are. So you dive into their social media. You're going to ask people at the high school, janitors, principals, secretaries, teachers. And that is exactly what Sharon Moore also said about, finding players that fit in the culture at Michigan. So that's what Tony Alford had to say. And then I did want to go back to some recruiting news and talk about the 2025 4-star top 100 linebacker Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng from IMG Academy. Recently just took an official visit to Michigan, and right now Michigan sits in a good position. They recently released a top 5 consisting of Michigan, Notre Dame, USC, Florida, and Ohio State. Now Notre Dame, they have been leading in this recruitment for a while. According to the recruiting prediction machine, they lead with a 31.7% chance to land him. However, right now, coming off of the official visit to Michigan, they could potentially be the new leader right now. Owusu-Boateng did talk with Sam Webb of the Michigan Insider, talking about his visit. He said the big part for me is the people, from Coach Moore to the head coach, just everybody showed me love. This is one of the places where I felt like it could be home. Seeing how they run their defenses is kind of similar to what we do at IMG. I'd say that I wanted to cut my list down to academics, knowing that you can't play football forever. He did say that he has a brother who went to Notre Dame. Of course, it's a great school. He did say that that's his path, that's what he did. God has his own story for me. He did say I know that I want to drop my list to a top 3, and I know that I want Michigan to obviously be a part of that list. And obviously Michigan, they landed commitments at IMG from Caden Strayhorn and Donovan Johnson. Both of them I'm sure will be helping Michigan land Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng and potentially other IMG recruits, especially Caden Strayhorn. He has been a very good recruiter ever since he committed to Michigan. Been on social media trying to get others to come join him. And then the last guy I did want to talk about is the 2025 4-star receiver Taz Williams Jr. He is set to announce on July 13th between Michigan, Penn State, Texas A&M, and SMU. And obviously he did just take an official visit to Michigan. Right now Michigan does lead on the recruiting prediction machine with a 67.5% chance to land him. He told AJ Holland of the Wolverine about the visit that it was good to get to know the coaches outside of football. I really like the culture and environment up there. Everyone is like family. He said he talked to Coach Campbell, and he said he likes to air it. He sees me like Roman Wilson a little bit. He said I can play inside and outside. He said he can use me on jet sweeps. Also talking about U of M's strength and conditioning program, he said I never seen anything like that. They even have somebody that knows sports medicine in the weight room part of it. So Michigan, obviously they are going after a lot of slot type of receivers. They do have Jacob Washington committed, who is a taller receiver, which is nice, but they also do lead with Andrew Marsh and Philip Wright. But it does appear that Michigan is leaning towards taking all 3 of Andrew Marsh, Taz Williams, and Philip Wright. So let me know what you guys think about that. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. Other than that, hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.